Welcome back, everybody. One Piece chapter 1057 has dropped, and we're about to hop into it. It looks like we're starting again with Uta. I believe this is the third and final piece of the Uta panels. I think there were, like I said, 3 issues in a row. It should be the third one, and I think this is tying in with the anime. I haven't watched the anime episodes for Uta yet, so I haven't seen what all entails, but I'm assuming they're all linked together. Why is the kid going to sleep? Uda won't quit crying, screaming like a banshee. We could always knock her out. Lucky Roo. Do that and you'll get flogging from the whole crew. What are we gonna do? We haven't slept a wink. Ooh, I wonder if this is Shanks's the lady. Alright, so they're all singing for Uta. She loves it. And she's remembering that and writing her own song. This peek at the creation of Where the Wind Blows concludes our look at the 3 specials Oda Shiro made on the origins of Uta's music. Alright, let's move into the chapter. Chapter 1057, Final Curtain. This sounds like we're about to see the closing act of Wano. Alright, intro. Chapter 66, Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 16. Caesar's poison gas attack. Is it working? It looks like Katakuri is destroying Germa right now. Like, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like Ichiji is taking a fist directly to the face. Like, I think most of the Vince Smoke brothers have very similar hair, but I think that's Ichiji right there, getting a Katakuri fist directly to the face. I feel like Caesar's poison gas shouldn't do much of anything really, but we'll see what happens here. If anything, I wonder if oven might cause it to explode. Like, I don't know if there's like some kind of heat or like intense flame and then everything goes up in fire. Huh. Bang, bang, bang. Dark clouds gather. A storm echoes through the sky, consuming Onigashima. So someone's singing this. This isn't narration. Probably Hiyori. The roar of the azure dragon and the howls of countless other beasts join the cacophony. At Habu Port, the scattered leaves of fall are bleached auburn in the pattering rain. The stage is set for a tale of duty and honor. This is the story of the royal retainers and their quest to let Kozuki Oden's name shine once more. Yoi. Many a hardship lie in wait, but they stay resolute to meet their fate. The Red Scabbards. The evening of the Fire Festival starts to unfold. Okay, so it's a play. They're doing a play about basically everything that happened during the Fire Festival, the entire raid, Hiroshima, all that. I wonder if that might not be Hiyori singing right here, but it looks like someone is on the shamisen pretty much doing like a musical rendition of everything that happened. Forest near Tokage Port, Udon. What? You're not heading out to sea? Yamato? Nope, I'm staying. What? I've already spoken to Luffy and the others about it. Are you really content with this, Yamato? Aren't I welcome here? You are. We're just confused. A moment ago you said you had made up your mind. Oh, that? Well, Oden started his journey with a tour of Wano, right? I realize there's so much more that I don't understand. But I'm sure that I'll find my way if I follow in his footsteps. And I'm bound to make it out to sea sooner or later. Unbelievable. You were able to tell them all about this. That does it. They must have intentionally snubbed me. Why bid farewell to everyone but us? Your name. Your father was a fool of a lord. Identify yourself. I'm Luffy. So what if you're order? I'm gonna be king of the pirates one day, so there. Bah! Oh yeah? Well, one day I'll be anointed shogun of one. So you take that, you half-wit. Big talk for an eel. You're nothing more than ignorant ape. So it looks like we're just seeing like flashback. Obviously, Momo's feeling some kind of way about them not saying bye, but I'm pretty sure there's a reason why it's all happening the way it is. What are you, Momo, just some figurehead? Are you gonna stand there and cry? Want to be Kaido? Alright, let's team up. It's an alliance. Luffy, that's the spirit, Momo. You may be cowardly, jumped up, top not a brat, but you're right. Find a way to survive, we'll have your back. Don't forget we're pals. I'll ask you one more time, boy. What is your name? Kozuki Momonosuke, the man who will be Shogun of Wano. Go, you can fly, right. Stop Onigashima tracks. I will definitely beat Kaido. We may not have always gotten along, but we still come a long way together. Is he really that heartless? I was wrong about you, Luffy, you fiend. He is mistaken being free with free to be rude. Am I wrong, Kinemon? Not at all. By the way, Momonosuke-san, is there a reason we aren't flying? Quite. Huh. Is there a reason he's not flying? That's interesting. First off, I feel like, well, obviously Momo's overreacting, but we have to remember that he's still technically a kid, so I guess this is more fitting, because I feel like if he was older, he would really understand what's happening. I don't think he'd be calling Luffy Rufus, because Luffy obviously has a reason for doing what he's doing. Whether Momo fully knows that reason or not, Luffy has his reason, and Momo should be able to tell that Luffy has his own reasons for doing things. He's been with Luffy long enough to realize that, but again, he's a kid. I am really surprised that Yamato decided to stay back. I wonder if that's going to stay true to the end, if that's like a red herring type deal, or if Yamato is really just going to stay here in Wano. That's interesting. Momosuke-sama, you are the undisputed shogun of Wano now. Depending on Luffy Gono's words, I may have no choice but to cleave him apart for this slight. Exactly. That is the way of the samurai. I thought we were pals, Luffy. I think you're blowing this out of proportion. He humiliated us. Overlooking this without giving him a few blows and bites is out of the question. Yeah, Yamato gets it. Obviously. Quickly pour udon. Remember, you guys, the next time we meet, it'll be as enemies. Don't lie to me if we're shooting to kill. Gotcha. See you around, trap. Buzz off. Set sail. Hey. You monsters. We've come to see you off. Yamato's just like, hey, how's it going? Momosuke Kinemon. Yamato, oh, Sanji. Oh, he transformed back. Luffy. Got you. Oh, they both jumped on. I was like, that looks like Yamato, but I see Yamato and Momo jumped on. What is the meaning of this outrage? How can you abandon the two comrades you have known the longest without a word? You have angered the Shogun. What do you have to say for yourself? What's the big deal? We're meeting now, aren't we? Luffy, this is an edict from the Shogun. Please don't leave. I'll be so lonely. I want to be with you forever. It can't end like this. Yeah, he's still a little kid. I've only managed to survive because you were there. You're the reason I can laugh again. Thank you so much for avenging my father and my mother. Frankie in the back, already crying. I love Frankie so much. You see, I can't even express myself properly now. I'm scared of what happens next. Please don't go. It's quite the pitiful sight. Cut him a break, he still will kill the inside. Usopp, yeah, it's ready. We've been waiting here all this time because I wanted to give you this. You can play the tough shogun with me, Momo. You can't play the tough shogun with me, Momo. Even if you're a bit bigger now, I know what you're like on the inside. You're a small, weak dummy. What did he give him? But I think of you like a little brother. It's a flag. Oh, are they going to declare Wano part of Luffy's territory? When times are tough, look at it and remember your seafaring adventures. Hang it up somewhere in Wano. If any major bad news comes knocking, just point 'em to it. It'll let them know that screwing with their friends is the same as screwing with us. So he just declared Wano as one of his territories. Does that mean I am one of you? Kinemon, Yamato, Momo. If any of you ever want to be pirates, I'll come for you right away. Just remember, I won't have any weaklings on board. Take care of him, Yamato. Let's go. Keep it together, Shogun. Good luck, Momonosuke. Kinemon, yes. Mark my words. Someday I will surpass Kozuki Oden. I will be by your side when you do. You talking about me? No. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. I'll talk about that at the end, about basically all that just happened here. Alrighty, let's set course for Hakumai. The main port is there. I was told there's a lift that can lower ships down. Okay, interesting. We're not going through the waterfall, we're going down through the mountain, which should be where Kaido and Big Mom are. I thought since we scaled the waterfall to get here, we'd have to fall down to leave. Me too, thank goodness. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys would use the main port. It's the safe and sound way after all. Perfect for you wusses. They're about to go over the waterfall. Safe and sound. This, I really like Luffy's face is good. I really like seeing Law's face just drawn out of the ordinary. No, Luffy, being safe is good. Don't let him get to you. Hang on, Captain, what's with that face? We all think the main port is better. Jinbei, give me the helm. Luffy, don't. Stop it, take this. No, we're all gonna die. So they all fly. Well, you have a submarine. Why are you even in the air to begin with? The might of the outlaws, recruited by Lord Momonosuke and Kinemon, made them akin to real-life wisdom kings. Their power descended like a wrathful tsunami, obliterating all in its path. Even Kaido, the Dragon King, and the yokai-possessed Giant Orion, failed to withstand their assault. The heavens themselves were torn as painful shrieks reverberated through the air. During that chaos, Princess Hiyori was accosted by Orochi, the snake that seemingly perished in flames. In a desperate last-ditch attempt for his spiteful vengeance. Wait, Orochi? Oh no, this is the play again. His gambit was thwarted by a single slash. And who owns the blade that separated Orochi from his final cursed head? Why, none other than Kozuki Oden's second disciple, Denjiro. With his last one detached and burning, the twisted Kuruzumi was at long last brought to his knees. And then a flash of lightning marked the fall of Onigashima, and with it, the fall of the Dragon King Kaido. It's interesting that they call him the Dragon King. That's like, obviously Kaido's name is King of the Beasts, but like in Wano they call him the Dragon King. I like that name a lot. The sun had finally pierced the dark clouds that were suffocating Wano for 20 years. For 20 long years, the skies were cleared. Sounds from the ignorant masses celebrating their fire festival in the capital crept into their ears. Then suddenly, defying all reason, the burning remains of Orochi spoke. The Kurozumi family's grudge shall continue to curse this rotten land. Generation after generation for all eternity. But Princess Hiyori refused to flinch or shudder. She held her gaze. The country's 20 years worth of torturous memories fueled her heart. Huh. That's interesting. So as Orochi was dying, he uttered one final sentence. I don't hate that. I actually think that's kind of cool of Orochi. Stand back, it's too dangerous, Hiyori-sama, cried the samurai Denjiro. but she took off her head. But she shook off her head. I barely can't read. That also doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Stand back as she cried the samurai Dendro, but she shook off her head. Our beloved Princess Hiyori did not even yield one step. Staring into Orochi's devilish face, she delivered epitaph. Her fan held aloft, the Kuzuki crest proudly dancing on its edge. No longer having to bite her tongue, like she did for the last 20 years, she cried out, "Father, mother, brother, and our homeland, hear this." This is the moment I'm waiting for. We all know their name means charcoal, so all together now. The Kurozumi were born to burn. Hey, that's kind of clean. I like that. I like that a lot. And that gives her a really strong moment, especially since I kind of wanted her moment to be the ones to hit Orochi with that final blade. I think this does a pretty good job of wrapping up her story with Orochi. I still feel like Momo didn't get a whole lot to do with Orochi for how much he should have, but I like what we're getting here. And now the time slides ahead to the day of the Fire Festival, where feuds and weapons can finally rest. A shocking truth is revealed at the port where the reversed crescent moons met. The denouement of this violent saga is a joyous reunion. The blood spilled in order to revive this clan will never be forgotten. A record of their sacrifices will be carried by the wind. That concludes today's tale on our nation's renowned samurai, and how they miraculously returned to us. With that, I think a well-earned break is in order. Shogun-sama, Momonosuke-sama. Now, where shall we place this bag? Till we meet again, farewell. Final curtain. Okay, so we get the final curtain on Wano. So Wano is officially over. Let's take a peek at these color spreads. Momo crying. Who's this Momo? Joshi. And then Grace. I love how there's something about how the colors are kind of like saturated and just pop off the panels that I like about Grace's art. It's so nice. All right, we finally got our conclusion. That's not what I was expecting. Like, mainly when I go back to Momo and Yamato, it's not what I was expecting. I mean, like, among many, many others, were like 100% sure Yamato was joining the crew. The fact that she's staying behind is insane. I did not expect that at all. But also, it was weird for me that Momo, like, again, I keep swinging back and forth between like Momo was a kid, Momo was an adult, this, that, and the other. I really like what Momo did here. I felt like he's still missing something though. I felt like there was still something for him to do, and I think that becomes more prevalent seeing what Hiyori did. Like, I feel like Hiyori got a good chance for closure in her final moment. I feel like Momo still had a little something left to go. Like a little bit here or there that he could have done to wrap things up. But Wano's had to close. This is also weird because I thought for sure we'd get more Kaido Big Mom stuff. I'm wondering if this is the end of like the Wano arc, and then we're going to get some world building afterwards that would include things still happening in Wano while not being in the Wano arc. Like, I think I might be reaching at this point. This might be like the legit final curtain on Wano. But I don't know. To me, it makes too much narrative sense for there to be more with Kaido and Big Mom, or at the very least Kaido at this point. There's got to be more for Kaido. But yep, Kaido and Big Mom, I think just there's something that I'm missing from that, and I feel like it has to be explored at some point. If it's explored later on, I think that's still okay, but I really want it now. Overall, just like this was the closing chapter. This was a chapter for closure. You know, we have the crew leaving, you have everyone who's staying, the curtain call, pretty much putting a bow on what Wano is. And it was a good ride. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Man, it's so weird how long this arc has been. And to see the final curtain. It even reminds me of how everyone was like, well, you know, traditional kabuki plays have 5 acts, and we were in Act 3 for forever. And people were still like, okay, there's 2 more acts we have to get through. And we're like, there's no way that's happening now. It's gone on way too long. And we see it's over. Man, I'm excited to see the the path we hit next. I really like as much as I love Wano, I'm really excited for something new. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.